go get them again.
Welcome back to another unboxing first impression video on my channel. Today we are delving into the brand of Guerlain, and this is Le Frenchy. Not much of an unboxing here. It was a purchase off, what was it, Facebook groups actually. This fragrance was once in the Parisienne exclusive line. Actually, fun fact, it was, I believe, the last of that particular line before they got rid of the whole line. However, it has been renamed, put into L'Art et la Matière, which was around 2021, I believe, is when that got phased out and put into L'Art et la Matière. It is now called Frenchy Lavande. This is Wasser's take on Vervienne from, I think it was 1870s, I believe. Then it was relaunched or done by Jean-Paul Guerlain, and I believe it was under the moniker of Eau de Vervienne. I think that was in the 80s. Ooh, my Guerlain history. Some of you might lynch me. So it was modernized, basically, back then, and now it's modernized again by Wasser. Beautiful bottle. The reason why I got this is when I think I got this in 2021, actually. It's been sitting there in the purgatory, yes, for that long. I haven't worn it since then because I knew that it was going into L'Art et la Matière, and I wanted, as you can see, I got my Arsène Lupin and my Derby right here, and I love these bottles. I want this whole collection. I'm slowly collecting them. They're very expensive now, but I knew that this one's going to be even more expensive. It's going to hit the 500s Canadian, maybe even 600s because of being available. I love the red wood on here. It's got the bleu, blanc et rouge de la France. Or my Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, I wanted this specific bottle, and somebody was selling it for a little above retail, but I got a good, and you know, it was just a small, small portion of it missing. I like the light blue juice as well. So this is gonna be my first time sniffing my blind buy. Let's see if I won or I lost. Now, before we get into anything, if you're new here, welcome to the Robes Away channel. I'm your host, Mark. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, right? We're going to talk about things like this that are discontinued, and we're going to talk about female fragrances, men's fragrances, new releases, all that good stuff. I'm just a perfume head, and I'll give you my honest thoughts. This is all me behind me. There is no influencer money coming through here. It's all me. So now let's take a look at the note breakdown and see what we get here. So at the top, we got lemon verbena, bergamot, and lemon. So very... just looking at the whole note breakdown, this is so French perfumery, honestly. So we're probably going to get hit with lots of lemon here. Straightforward. It might go real classical. Obviously, it's inspired by really old Guerlain release. So I'm assuming we're going to have classical style here. In the mid, we got citron, petit grain, lavender, sage, and neroli. So again, a lot of citrus and greens and florals here with the lavender. So herbal, I think it's going in the cologne side of things, right? And in the base, we got vetiver, ambergris, and tonka bean. Now, this was released initially in this bottle in 2017, of course, repackaged in the L'Art et la Matière in 2021. No, this is Thierry Wasser. Let's look at pricing. Now, this one retails for $338 USD for the 100 ml on the Canadian Guerlain site. Not available on the USA site. So, I might be wrong, but I remember a fragrance reviewer, and I don't know who it was. It was way back when I was first looking into this. I don't know when, but I was thinking like somebody said that this was discontinued. It's not. It's on the Canadian site. Like Frenchy Lavande is on the Canadian site right now. So any American friends, hit up a Canadian friend that can get Frenchy Lavande for you. But it's not discontinued. But on the USA site, it's long gone. So fragrance reviewers, you got to do your homework, bro. Like just because, and again, it's, just because it's on the site, I might be wrong. Someone orders it and they say, oh, sorry, it's out of stock, whatever, right? It's on its way out. That could be it. But it does come in a 200 ml as well as per L'Art et la Matière. But this one right here, you're not going to get this type of bottle anymore. This is discontinued, this bottle size and look. And it goes for a pretty penny. I think it's like high 500s, 600s, 700s, I think, last time I went on eBay to look at it. So I got a pretty good deal on my Frenchy here. So let's crack her open. I've had this for so long, and it's perfect because it's February now. We still got months of winter here in Canada. I'm telling you, like it's minus 28 or something Celsius here. So we still got a long run of cold weather. But spring is upon us, and you kind of have to start thinking about spring. So let's crack her open, and let's smell it, and let's see what Le Frenchy can do. Beautiful bottle. I'm so happy I got this. I don't even care. The juice might be subpar. We'll see. Oh, it has that citrus pop. Oh, this smells like a Creed. Oh, okay. Let's calm down a bit here. Yeah, this is like this smells like old school. This old school Creed Freshy. Let my Rolodex work here, but it has that lemon verbena, which is utilized in a few Creeds. It's there. It has lavender as well, but it smells like a mix of Eau Sauvage by Christian Dior, that old school thing with the herbs. There's some sage in here, and the lemon up top. The lemon's beautiful, but it also smells like a Creed. Is it Neroli Sauvage? It might be that one. It might be that one. But this smells really familiar. High quality, right? Once you start pinpointing older Creeds, there's a lot of them that are quality. It has that bright, classic lemon, like a sharp lemon. We got some greenery from the verbena to the petit grain. You got the citrus that pops. Very fresh, classical. Yeah, for this price point, yeah, I'd probably go for something like Derby. I'll be honest. Like, I like my darker stuff. I like to spend big money on big items, like things like that are much darker, more interesting. This is very classical. Like I said, like Eau Sauvage from Christian Dior, you're gonna get the same type of effect for much cheaper, and it's still quality to this day. The Eau Sauvage, but beautiful lemon verbena in here, aromatic, lemony note with a heavy dose of bergamot and lemon. It just pops. The petit grain gives you that bitter feel, but also that greenness. There's a little bit of lavender and neroli backing this as well. It has some green nuances. It's got some musky nuances, but at the end of the day, this smells very well put together. It smells clean. It smells very masculine. And it's classical. It's got soapy edge as well. The neroli would do that. Very citrusy. That bergamot sparkling, man. Beautiful. It's a Guerlain take on a classic cologne, but modernized, cleaned up by Wasser. It's not anything new in the fragrance game. You can find a classic scent profile like this probably for much cheaper. However, you know, as a fragrance reviewer, you got to give it its pluses and its minuses. The pluses is it's high end. Like, it smells like quality. It smells great. Yeah. Like, I just did a couple samples here in the past couple days that I haven't actually edited or anything for you guys, but I did Le Male Elixir Absolu, and I know it's like it's like comparing oranges and apples, but what a far cry from where we were going. This is so classical, and there's a lot of talks about this being lavender centric by the brand, by Guerlain. It's there, but it's mostly, I think, about the citruses, the lemon verbena. I think those are your big players. And again, I haven't gone into the whole dry down of this. Like, I don't smell any ambre gris or tonka bean or vetiver, to be quite honest. It really is citron, petit grain, lavender, sage, neroli. Like, all of the top and mid, I smell a lot of that. Now, a mishmash of that, right? A lemon is a lemon. Like, a lot of these notes give out lemon notes, right? The citron goes like a flatter one. The bergamot can go into like a, obviously that citrusy profile, but neroli can give you that as well, an orangey kind of profile. At the end of the day, really well done, well composed, well executed, pricey for what it is, and that's just me being honest. But I really wanted this bottle in the collection. I can add it now. I got 3 Parisian releases. The other ones are probably going to be close to impossible to find. But I'm a patient man, and I'm one that will eventually get there. I'm not in a rush to get any other ones. You know, I've seen a lot of stuff that has been extremely rare, even more rare than these, pop up on Facebook groups, like people just selling their collection. And I'm like an eagle eye. I'm just like, boom, boom, I get it. Yeah, well done, well composed. It's going to be great for spring. I don't know if it's going to make like a top 20 for spring like list for me. It may eventually, but it's the excitement's not a 10 here, but it's very well built, and I'm happy I have it in my collection in this bottle form. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below, good, bad, and the ugly. This one, I'm assuming will get some, I don't think it's a sexy release like Derby here. I think that's a much, if you put a gun to my head and you're like, which one do you want? As much as I love the bottle, you know, the red, white, and blue, I'm going with Derby all day, every day, because that's my taste. So there's going to be a lot of people like that. And I think this scent DNA can be very much replicated in the designer realm with, you know, classical brands. Like I said, Eau Sauvage by Ziad is probably, I'm not saying they smell alike, but they're in the same, they're the exact same family. That you could get the Eau Sauvage, the original Eau de Toilette, and be happy with it. It's a suitable replacement, we'll say. And as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your Guerlain release wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.